में एक भाई के साथ भी हमने लड़ाई की तो चारों भाग जाएंगे.
अच्छा 4 भाई है.
Exactly.
Eliminating competition.
I'm putting all bad words on Rahul. It is what Rahul says as well.
Lot of knowledge given to all our audiences.
And-
To all our audience.
I'm waiting.
I've screwed up.
I'm waiting for the sushi.
Serendipity book.
Yeah, exactly.
By Ritesh Agarwal.
Short question.
Calling for the tasting for
Yes.
feedback on the sushi.
Bro, call me also, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Tiger Yaki is the most successful QSR chains around in Mumbai today. They've perfected the art of blending Asian taste for Indian food.
Any event, any curated experience, any exhibition, any music festival, you're going to be sure to spot Tiger Yaki.
And the longest line is always leading towards them. And today we welcome the inspiring and amazing CMO of Tiger Yaki.
Karan Sharma, who's a dear friend, and he lovingly always calls me Yapper, but the tables have turned today because he's the one who's going to be yapping about the amazing things he's done with Tiger Yaki.
So let's get it to
Episode 4 of What's Next. Hi Karan.
Hi,
I just
Namrata.
overheard you giving your dinner order to your Didi. What are you having for dinner today?
Grilled chicken with some good bhindi ka sabzi, yes.
So the
That's
guy
for
who is
dinner.
running a QSR is extremely healthy. This is so funny. I just find it so funny. Eliminating competition. I see what you're doing, Karan. I'm very excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
Let's-
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So tell us more about Tiger Yaki. What is it?
We are a Japanese and a Korean fast food QSR. We had 3 outlets, but currently we have 2 outlets, one at Oshiwara and one at Bandra. And we're completely bootstrapped. My partner Rahul started this, who's also a chef. And spent zero on marketing, that's it. That's a flex. Yeah. That's all about Tiger Yaki at the moment.
So Tiger Yaki, I think, is the most talked about F&B brand right now. What was the journey like? Like, do you know where the inception started? How has it become what it is now? Like, where did this start?
So, initially when we started, honestly, we actually started with catering to one customer, right? That's how detailed we went into getting that organic crowd in as well. We had one customer come in, we made sure that they have a good experience. That one customer got another friend. Then that another friend got another friend, and that's how the multiplier effect actually worked for us, is how it even worked in our favor. And through the initial days, we started with authentic food, and people didn't like it. They wanted that Indian tadka kind of
As
taste to it. So we had
always.
to Indianize the taste a little, yeah. And post that, it's been great for us. Also with the cuisine, not a lot of people knew about the cuisine because it's also new. So we had to educate people a lot. We've actually spent a lot of our initial days making people try out and taste it as well. Unlike most of the restaurants that you can't taste the food, right?
Uh-huh.
It's something that you get. If you don't like the taste, then you either throw it or you pack it or you give it away, right? As well. So yeah, those were the initial days, and we also got lucky when Mumbai Foodie did like a barter reel for us. Initial days, and I mean, yeah, that's when the place blew up. People started coming in. It was also the lights, the whole cuisine, the whole neon part and the elements of the branding as well. That worked in our favor. And there were days when our food would run out at like 7 p.m. at the outlet. Yeah. So yeah, from those days coming to what we've done today, I think we've also come a long way. Rahul and I mean, I have no F&B experience, but Rahul did because he's a chef. He's worked in the back end of it, but running a restaurant is a completely, as exciting as it sounds, it's also very, very, very tough to run a restaurant. I think it's also very operational heavy. So yes.
So coming to that part, a lot of people find owning a restaurant glamorous. A lot of people want to do it. Everybody tells you it's a very tough business. What about it is so tough? Break it down for me.
I mean, I would operationally break it down as, I think operations for me is the heaviest.
What does that entail? Operations का मतलब क्या हुआ?
I would say staffing being the number one. For this cuisine, staff training is another thing because no one's really, I can't get like Koreans to come in and cook as well because we're not in Korea. As much as labor is easy in India, it kind of also goes down to the training part of it, right? When we expanded to the second outlet, we spent a lot of time training the staff, understanding the quality changes as well because we make everything in-house. Even the gyozas that we make in-house are made by a chef. As well. Even the corn dogs that customers eat are all made in-house. So quality and consistency is number one problem as well. But more than that, I didn't like operations. I always thought, what am I getting out of sitting at the outlet, talking to customers, understanding what it is, talking to staff, ki ye hai, kya hai, or, those 50 issues that staff bring up as well. And also, we are one of the few restaurants that give out staffing ke liye accommodation as well.
Oh.
So that's a bigger problem, right? Because for them, they literally call you at 3 a.m. saying, "Sir, ये मेरे को मार रहा है."
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, it's just very funny, but yeah, we've kind of grown out of it now. It's few things we've accepted to a point as well. So when I talk about restaurant operations particularly, it's also making sure the egos of the chefs don't get hurt when a new hiree comes on board, right? A lot of them will say ki sir bimar hai, and next thing you know they're chilling on Juhu Beach, right? So they lie a lot as well. Most of them will say sir मैं एक हफ्ता गाँव जा रहा हूँ, they'll be gone for 3-4 months. So that kind of staffing is very tough, of course, right? Luckily inventory for us has not been that much of a challenge because we kind of pre-plan and we have MOQs in place, because all of those you can put like SOPs in place as well, right, for the operation part. Then coming to when we started delivery, in fact, like you said, for operations delivery, we did not know that entire we as a brand didn't know what to do with deliveries, right? हमने जैसे we thought जैसे हम customer को देते हैं डब्बा लगा के वैसे ही देंगे. We initially had a 3.3 on Zomato on delivery, which is really bad. And my partner Rahul was in Russia back then, so he's there. I was like, Rahul, I don't even want to tell you because तू कुछ कर भी नहीं सकता. Even if you tell me something, I have to go on ground and do it, right? So called the packaging guy, abused him a lot. I told him कि तूने बताया नहीं, because I thought he'll help us. In a
ये
way.
Zomato का packaging guy or your own packaging?
My own packaging guy. Yeah. Zomato doesn't give
any
packaging
packaging
guy.
guy.
Zomato
Okay.
will just tell you, they'll just give you that tape.
Do they give you any
Keep
SOP
empty,
though?
Nothing.
Of anything?
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
So we started with deliveries. Also, when we were doing deliveries, it was more of takeaways, right? Because we saw a whole season where people would call us up and एक तो be like क्यों नहीं आप Zomato, Swiggy पे, wherever, whatever, and then we would be like आप VFast book कर लो. So they were more or less doing it, and it was for short distances. When it came to Zomato, Swiggy, we didn't know who it is, right? Because there's no customer data. So I get hit by a star, literally. It's like 1 star डाला है, complain आया, refund आया, as well. So yeah, we sat down on those small things. To a point where I've literally put like water in a few boxes. We changed the entire packaging, by the way. For delivery, which you also use in dining in right now, where मैंने literally पानी डाला है, उसको उल्टा किया है डब्बे को. I've tried pulling it, pushing it, because you might have seen how most of the roads in Bombay are as well, right? तो I know अगर वो Yulu bike पे घूम रहा है, वो गड्ढे में उचक के food is going to go for a toss. And initially, we were doing so many, I would say R&Ds where I would only order as a customer, right? I would log in from my friends' different numbers because I want to get the rating up. So I would order from 10 different numbers, also give 5 stars to myself, obviously, and also understand ki is the staff doing the right thing as well. So yeah, the 3.3 hit us really bad. Didn't know what to do. We were like, यार क्या करेंगे? I thought, and I told the staff कि ये 3.2. Staff भी क्या करेगा? I told them 3.2 होगा तो Zomato बंद कर देगा. फिर delivery जिंदगी में नहीं मिलने वाली है.
Okay.
I scared them. I had to. I was like, who
but
do I blame?
is there some kind of cutoff? कि अगर you're
No,
below
I've seen
2.5
restaurants with 3, but I don't think people will order. Like it's, Zomato won't come and tell me बंद करो. People only will stop ordering. It's the same thing.
Okay.
So with the deliveries, did you have to change your menu or the way you prepare food?
No,
like
it's the same for
packaging.
us. It's the same for us. Yeah. A lot of restaurants, I realized later they package it differently. So we started initially. We put like a separate fee. Also, packaging is kind of is expensive, right? For us, I think if I break down a 10 rupee in unit economics, around a 0.7 is packaging.
7%.
Oh,
Yeah, 7% is packaging. So it's pretty
Of your
heavy.
top line.
Of my top line, yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot,
That's a
yeah.
lot.
So I
Yeah.
can't just keep throwing different things and different things. Ki, acha, you've called for like, let's say a katsu curry, and I give you the gravy separately, the rice separately, and the veggies all. Waise we can't pack because we're not also selling like a project hum technically, because they can afford to do that, because that's fine, that's fair. So we came up with more with more unique solutions, I would say. The packaging guy came with different ideas. Ki sir, आपको ये करना है, वो करना है, and all that.
Where did you get these ideas? Where the inspirations came from?
He came and I went on the internet. I went on YouTube, literally typed key packaging and all that. Then also I kind of started giving more of my time and attention into what I would say what I was ordering from different places. And what kind of food was also coming and how it was coming. So I started clicking photos. And Rahul was in Russia, वो भी photo खींच के भेज रहा था. Not like he was helping, but I was like, कि ठीक है. So we understood all of that. We started separating the gravy with the food, all of that as well. We on delivery apps we gave customers an option also कि pay 15 rupees more, we'll pack it separately. क्योंकि मेरा packaging तो उतना जा ही रहा है.
Smart.
People started paying for it. I said fair enough if they wanted, because people were also saying that khana is reaching dry. right? Like more or less the rice also absorbs most of the gravy if it's more than a 15-20 minute this thing. Plus with delivery apps, there's also problem of rider assign nahi hua hai, delay hua hai, all those 50 things come and go, right?
So from your sales on like a monthly basis,
Yeah.
what is a larger part of the pie? Your off like your retail store
Yeah.
or your orders?
Even takeaway.
Yeah.
Roughly, I would say for Bandra, the dining in is higher because people
Experience,
are
yeah.
always roaming around in Bandra for some reason, man. It's just like they're like going to find something is how they're always on the road, walking around, going to a cafe, exploring as well, right? So it's for us, it's a 80% would be dining in at Bandra, 20% is delivery.
Oh wow.
And Oshiwara roughly would be, I would say, a 70-30.
Okay.
It's heavier on deliveries there.
Cool. And when you picked Bandra, like it was the first store, right?
Yeah.
How do you pick Oshiwara? Like what was the thinking
Oh,
behind
that was very accidental actually. So a customer, his name is Happy, right? So I remember I was sitting at the outlet because also initially Rahul and I used to keep fighting because he wanted me at the outlet, and I'm like, bro, I'm a CMO. I don't want to sit at the outlet. मेरा क्या काम है? मेरे को बैठ के I want to sit in the house or out of a cafe or somewhere nice, not sit at like Tiger, because also we don't have a very comfortable seating because
Yeah.
that's the concept. We don't want you to like sit for like
For a
10,
very
10,
long time.
12 hours. Yeah, we don't want people's offices to be Tiger Yaki, right? So I would just sit at the outlet and then work for a few hours, like 3, 4 hours, whatever, and then be like, "Okay, I'll go home and then sit on my nice cushioned, that gaming chair and then sit and work peacefully with like music and having access to whatever I want to eat and drink as well." Anyways, Tiger also has that, but then still, all of those, right? So there was a customer who just walked in and which is Happy, of course. He was standing and he was reading the menu for like good 30 seconds. So he was just looking, and so I thought, let me get up and help him out. What is he looking for? Is he looking for like a takeaway? Does he want to dine in? All of those. So I went and I spoke to him. So then he was, and also a lot of customers who you talk to throw things in the air. कि मेरा ये है वो है ये है वो है. So for me initially, honestly, like no offense Happy, but initially when this happened, he just said I own QSR ka building and this that multiple places he named, right? So I was like, अच्छा कौन है ये, मतलब I was like, आप तो not like I know people, but in my head I like मैंने तो नहीं सुना तो मैं नहीं जानता हूँ, because that's how egoistic I was in my head as well, right? So he just said I have this and all that. So I said कि ठीक है, great. So he said I have a spot in Oshiwara. He said, do you want to take it up? So I said, I don't look into expansion, Rahul does. So I said, I'll get you connected to Rahul. So we were pretty quick in a way where his meeting happened, I think within half an hour. I told Rahul, I'm like, Rahul, don't message him right now. We can't sound desperate. Not like we were looking to expand. We were just like, ठीक है, मिलेगा तो मिलेगा. So Rahul messaged him a couple of hours later. So then Rahul spoke to him, he met him, and we were like, wow, nice guy, like safe to work with, and he's pretty well connected as well. And he's also started Only Parathas back in the day. So I'm like, dude, ये तो mentorship हो जाएगी. He's built a brand. I said, dude, Rahul, you and I can, no matter how smart you and I are, we still need someone to guide us at the end of the day. So then Happy came on board, and he came on board as a partner, in fact. So that's how the Oshiwara place came very accidentally.
Very cool.
Very, very, very cool for us, yes.
So I actually want to go back to the fact that you spoke about staffing.
Yeah.
Here I have two questions. One is, what does the hierarchy in a kitchen look like? Like there's a chef. Like what's the organizational structure in a kitchen? And second is, how do you find accommodation? Do you put male, female together? How does that work?
No, so we have a all-boy staff
Okay.
as well. We initially had a female cashier and a female chef as well, who, I mean, they ran away because it became a very boy kitchen.
Okay.
Honestly, and also Bandra has an open kitchen. So everything that you're there, you're inhaling everything.
Okay.
It's as, I mean, I wouldn't say this, but I mean, if you stay in the kitchen for like, I mean, events when I do that, right? Like when I go home, I smell my clothes, they smell of food as well. So same thing happened in Bandra. No girl wanted to work, honestly, as well. And then it became these guys who come from like your UP, Bihar and all of those. And Rahul did a very smart thing. He initially hired chefs, right? Which were people that he's worked with. So he didn't go out randomly and put out like those Indeed job or whatever offers कि जाके कि मतलब जो भी आया तुमने डाला, because there's no background check on those as well, right? So that was also a problem. But he got these brothers. I mean, there's also pros and cons कि अगर एक भाई के साथ भी हमने लड़ाई की तो चारों भाग जाएंगे. चारों भाग जाएंगे.
अच्छा, चार भाई है.
Exactly,
Oh
four
my
brothers.
God,
Yeah.
okay.
So they've all worked this
What a
thing.
crazy
And,
business is.
yeah. And those boys also have people that have worked under them. Right,
Okay.
at the end of the day. So it became very easy for them to...
Via. Yeah, so let's talk about inventory management. That apparently is very tough for 99% of restaurant owners.
Yeah.
So walk me through how you do that.
So to do with the ingredients of whatever is supposed to be used, there's ek to first I would say 100% transparency with the chefs. So the chefs obviously know what to use, right? We've not given them like a written printout SOP list of recipes as well, because we've seen a lot of restaurants in Bombay जिनका मेरे को leak होके literally WhatsApp पे PDF आया है
Oh my
कि ये
God.
restaurant का देखो, because their head chef is let's say left, लड़ाई हुआ या salary का issue or whatever, they leak the whole thing. Literally, right? It's also as small as I remember seeing this, that Starbucks employees on the leave now, they click photos of like how to make like XYZ drink and they put it on the internet. Something very similar
Fair.
also happens in India. And Bombay or India, I would say as a country, has a very aggressive market. So you can't do these things here. And no, and I would say nothing with an NDA can also hold them back. It's not possible. Right? But back to your question, we do it very manually. It's all on actually, we made like a structural Excel sheet where every day, every night, in fact, he has to count the inventory that's been used. Inventory that reaches like a low MOQ that gets ordered, and unfortunately the market for us, I don't know how other people are doing it, it's all through WhatsApp. It's very unorganized, honestly, because even Rahul was in fact telling me recently ki, I mean, I was like, dude, why are there like I, I I would say at the moment him and I have around 100 common WhatsApp groups. There are, I would say 70 are on silent or are on silent at the moment, right? 70 are those vendors ka. Literally, from me ordering my kombucha to me ordering like my groceries to my butter to my garbage bags to my packaging is all on WhatsApp.
This is all on vendors.
It's all
You
on,
don't use
it's on
Hypopure?
WhatsApp. We don't, because Rahul doesn't believe in working with Zomato a lot, honestly, because they randomly deduct money.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
They randomly deduct money.
so we have deliveries as well, and dude, we've seen like in between, we've seen like a huge shift of some random money being deducted without it being justified to us. So we don't really trust the platform, honestly, because for us every single rupee is, I mean, we treat it equally as well, right? But with Hypopure, we're just scared ki what if the costs go up, costs go down. Number one is that. Second is the vendor that we have, they give us like a straight rate for the whole year. So that makes us even better.
Prediction planning becomes better.
Way better, and also we get a credit cycle of roughly 45 to 60 days.
Okay.
With
Did
the
you get that
vendors.
initially as soon as you started, or now because you built up trust, your brand is doing well?
No,
That's
so
when you
Rahul
started?
again went back because smartly he started working with vendors that he's worked with from different places.
Okay.
As well. So cafe holiday ka menu he's built. He's built Soho's menu, a couple of restaurants and cafes around. So he's again gotten that expertise of his into what he's put into Tiger Yaki today. So it became easier because he's worked for other people previously to learn from there, and then he was like, "Yeah, abhi main khud ke paison pe I am going to work on my own as well."
I have two questions following up with this.
Yeah.
First, would you prefer it being organized? Because I feel like the cost would go much higher for you, right? If you organize the whole, like, vegetable market, for
Not
example.
really. I would just still say that it's so manual that when we order, let's say if I order, let's say butter, right? If I want like 5 kg butter from Amul, right? From that vendor of mine, let's just say I'm expected for it to reach at 10 a.m. अभी अगर वो 11 बजे तक नहीं आएगा तो I have to call him 50 times. That's how unorganized it is. And my guy can't just sit and keep
Stressful
doing
bhi
this 100%. Yeah, like especially during events because inventory goes very here and there. Sometimes event mein I'm sold out by 9:30, 10. So next day I have to have that. I need everything from scratch again, right? No vendor supplies. Again, that's also bad in planning if I call it, if I ever have to. So we plan a day prior. Like Friday agar event hai, to we keep the food ready by, like we keep the frozen, whatever, like, if it's chicken and all, we get it cut, clean, whatever, on a Thursday itself.
Okay.
And then we put it in a separate freezer. So that goes for the event. So that's completely fine. But at the outlet, that problem happens where, let's say अगर McCain ने fries भी in case time पे नहीं भेजा, in case there's a delay or whatever, or let's say there's a small delay also, they have to go buy it from a store at MRP as well. So that's a big problem for inventory in the market. But that's the case with everyone, because I asked Rahul, I said, why are we organized? He said, bro, the whole market is like this as well.
So now tell me, if I'm like a new founder starting a QSR space, right? I have to get a list of vendors. I don't want to use Hypopure because of the problem you mentioned. How do I get this list? Can I just Google them? Are they even available? I
would honestly say you can't just Google. I mean, you can at the end of the day, but quality also is a big thing because you buy in bulk. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, most of us shop, but like I've grown up shopping with my mom and dad, where we go to a sabzi mandi, and if they're, let's say, picking out 1 kilo tomatoes, they'll pick it out by hand,
Yeah.
right? And I know how if I pick out a bad piece which I don't know about,
I'll
they're
just
gonna
put it
throw it. Like my mom and dad, like nahi ye nahi, matlab, or whatever. It's like a rejection theory, right?
Fair.
Like कि मैंने डाला टमाटर and she puts it in the final, तो मतलब wow, मेरा टमाटर got accepted, right? When I do something very similar, at scale, if I'm calling for, like, let's say I'm calling for 100 kg of something or 50 kg of something, you can't have that quality check, right? So I would say easiest way to do something like this is either you call for samples, you try like a A/B testing with vendors itself on are they supplying on time. You can, if you don't know anything about the market, I would first say know something about the market, because you can't have your money being your learning curve unless you have a lot of money to burn. That's again going to be a very stupid way. You might as well put that money in working somewhere, or at least going to someone who has built something, and at least if you want, you can just go pay them for some consultation or whatever it is and
Fair.
get that thing in as well. So that's a big problem. Again, that if you want to find someone from scratch, I would say go for it. Try out if it's working out for you. If it's not working out for you, is the delivery of theirs working out? Is the credit period working out for you? Are they supplying proper stuff? Are they treating you properly as well? And it's you also need to have a relation with your vendors, because at the end of the day, when you need something on an urgent basis, they're the first ones to help you out. Because if they don't support you, then you're screwed, right?
So I say, for example, I'm this very new person in the market, right? I don't know where to find my chef. I don't know where to find my like housekeeping people. How do I hire? Like, what do I do? There's no LinkedIn for
Yeah.
like chefs, right?
Yeah, that's the worst
So,
hiring
yeah.
market as well, right? So for housekeeping, luckily there are a lot of agencies around that do it. So it's not also very costly. Let's say your basic housekeeping staff that does your cleaning, weaning, all of that basic stuff will roughly cost you 16, 17K, depending on also how big the restaurant is.
16,
And
17K per month per person.
Yeah.
And this also
And-
depends on the area you're in, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's also in the area that you're in, but of course, the more you go to like a South Bombay types, it's also more expensive, and more or less, these are more manpower providing agencies. So let's just say if also people run away in this industry, right?
Attrition is
It's
high.
not like कि someone who's worked for me today, tomorrow will stay next week, and housekeeping to bhag jata hai. We've seen it.
I love
literally.
how we say bhag jata, because that's literally what they do.
Yeah,
They
they
run
do,
away.
dude. I remember when, I mean, we guys are so strict with the staff that baal bhi lambe honge to Rahul sends them. So this happened at the Oshiwara outlet, again, a little confidential, but that's fine. Is some staff had very long hair. So Rahul from the kitchen told him ki who let him in, he has to go get a haircut. Next thing Rahul knows is that he's gone to the staff room and he's sleeping. So we fired him on spot. When we fired him, he's packed his stuff in 15 minutes and he's left. And I mean, when I got into it, I used to feel very bad. I'm like, dude, like, ये कहाँ जाएगा? ये कहाँ रहेगा? क्या खाएगा? Because उसको salary भी नहीं मिली, obviously, man. So it's very tough. And they come with like one bag. They come with like a small duffel bag, and that's how they live, as well. So it's a very risky market.
But is there any sense of loyalty in this kind of like?
If you keep them happy, 100%. Yeah.
No, the fact that you give accommodation, does it help with this?
It does to a point, but they always think that they're smarter. So no matter how nice you are to a few people, they'll always feel like, अरे, there's more to it. यार हम तो हमारे हिसाब से कर लेंगे as well. Because when you think of the accommodation, they have 3 meals being cooked for them, which we pay for. Electricity bill we're paying for. The rent for the place we're paying for. If they don't like the place in 3-4 months, पानी का issue, because it's more or less in the slums, right? तो पानी का issue होता है कभी-कभी कि सर ये नहीं है, पानी नहीं आ रहा है या जो भी है, तो we fix it. We either put a bigger tank also there. We do all of that. We have to do that. Like Bandra staff room, I remember the pump went off. We had to buy a new pump, which is expensive as well. And also it's a rented house. Then 3 months later, the owner started behaving funny, so we had to change. So we had to again pay brokerage to a new broker. So all of this is pretty tough. But we try keeping everyone happy as much as we can. But जितना खुश भी रखो उतना सर पे भी चढ़ते हैं. What Rahul says. But
Sound
these
like
are
my
again my
mom.
learnings. Yeah. I'm putting all bad words on Rahul and what Rahul says as well. But to hire chefs, I would also say, like, back to your question, right? To do with chefs, honestly, it goes on the cuisine. I know a lot of friends who've started a cafe or a restaurant कि खोलना है, मतलब life का goal है and all that as well.
Yeah.
They've literally gone to cafes and they've gone and asked the chefs there to work for them. Yeah, or they've taken a very consultation route also, getting a consultant on board who knows what to do and how to do it, and then that person usually suggests कि अच्छा तुम इसको hire कर सकते हो या इसका salary इतना है. And more or less with staffing, it's also a very unorganized market, because if I'm, let's say, paying you 20K a month to be a chef, right? Tomorrow, Namrata's restaurant is paying you 21K. 21K, 20K, 0.5 also. 500 रुपये बढ़ा दे तो भाग जाएगा वहाँ पे. That's how the market
Sense
is.
of loyalty
honestly.
कुछ है नहीं.
Hey, nahi, unless you keep them nicely, you keep
Happy.
them, you give them respect and everything, they feel happy at work as well. You keep them busy with work, they're happy. The second they sit now without an order or whatever, then that's when their brain starts working. You'll find them on their phone.
Oh my God.
You'll find them chit-chatting. You'll find them roaming around outside. You'll find them not working. You'll find the quality also going down because now they're not focused at work. They feel like, यार ये तो rest का time है. And this is what happens in down season because 365 days for a restaurant are not 365 days of sales.
Correct.
Right? Like monsoon will hit every restaurant.
हाँ.
As well. Summer also right now for us, Bandra outlet has taken a small hit because it's become very hot. all of a sudden.
So people don't like walking around.
Yeah, people don't like roaming around that much as well, and the outside area doesn't have AC. So
Peak hours क्या है?
for us, I would say on a weekend, it's between 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Because we've got a very lunch, like
Menu.
a meal menu and like a snacky menu.
I've stood in line at 9 o'clock also, so I don't know what's happening there. I'm very
No,
happy.
and then 7:30 to again like
Yeah.
10:30 is a peak hour.
Yeah.
So let's just say we kind of predict very well in terms of what's happening in Bandra and Oshiwara as well, right? So during December, Bandra has this whole 10-15 day carnival thing that happens at the Carter Road. So we know 1 lakh people are coming anyways. So we try capturing those kind of people. We directly can't capture them, but we just like put out some random offers or whatever online as a story. Ki, you flash the band or you show us something that you've gone for around, get a 10% off. So people come
College
for
students thrive on that, I'm
We've
sure.
just started 15% discount, in fact, for college kids as well. It's booming. It's going mad.
I actually, in fact, want to ask you,
Yeah.
would you be open to hiring any interns from college if they were just to reach out to you?
We only hire and work with interns.
Perfect.
We've got
And then-
very, very, very smart college kids that work with us. In fact, we've not hired any, other than Rahul and I, there's like no other core team also, of course.
Okay.
And we only work with interns because I know that for those 3 months, I can use the way they think, the way they want to create content as well. In fact, even the content that we've created is via interns.
Yep.
Okay.
So we don't have an agency on board. I sit and reply to all Insta comments and everything as well.
Crazy.
So yeah, we've gone down to every small detailing because that's how your brain works when you feel like you don't have money.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a good amount of money, parked in the parked in the bank. But when I come to thinking about how to do it and how to optimize it, is when you start thinking of growth things as well. So yeah.
What about, because we were talking about the seasonality, and you guys have like seafood, you all have like the cheesecakes that I had last time with the strawberries. There's going to be like certain
Yeah.
elements of your menu that are really seasonal. Monsoons might affect it. So how do you deal with that? Say if you've predicted this month's revenue will be so much and you don't get that kind of inventory in, how are you going to handle that on a
No, so
day-to-day?
for a situation like this, it's very simple. We know that there are 3 to 4 seasons around, right?
Can you tell us what they are internally? Like how do you
So
break it
yeah,
down?
like let's just say that strawberry season's over. So we had something with strawberry. Now mango is going to be replacing it, right? At the end of the day. So mango ke baad again, monsoon mein we don't really do anything heavy. But my friends at Project Hum do a lot of monsoon stuff. They get that targola and all these things as well. Right, so for us, we play between like a strawberry and a mango at the moment, where we launch like a different menu altogether. It's like a smaller menu, which we call as a seasonal menu as well, and it's all fresh stuff. We don't do this thing. So we get iced tea, we get like a mango kombucha just for those 3-4 months. So we play a lot on that FOMO part, limited edition stuff, where people come in for that, and they come more and more because then I give them another reason to come back in a few days. So yeah, those things in fact work in our favor. And I think in the last 1.5 year-ish almost, we've changed 3 major menus with the feedback from the customers as well.
Okay.
And we keep changing one smaller one every 3 months by adding something, by removing something as well. So yeah, that works in our favor.
So now going into just your deliveries, can you pay Zomato, Swiggy to rank higher?
Of
Like a
course,
search engine?
100%.
You can. It's
Yeah,
not only
that's
ratings.
a revenue model for them, right? It's how an Amazon works, where let's say if I have a XYZ product, I want it to be the topmost searched. I can either add keywords, for example, if,
Like an SEO.
Yeah, exactly. That's a revenue for them, right?
Okay.
I remember, I don't know the numbers, but Zepto, I think their ads just from the brands is more than
They
Yeah,
cross
correct,
1,000 crores.
yeah.
They say.
1,000 crores,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's the revenue, man. It's everyone's here to make business as well. So yeah, and I'm also here to make sure that my product goes all the way up.
Fair.
So why not?
So I have a very interesting question for you now. With
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you dabbled with cloud kitchens yet, but if you had to do a QSR versus a cloud kitchen like comparison,
Yeah.
what's your preference? What are your thoughts on both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Since you also handle deliveries.
Honestly, I would not do a cloud kitchen because I focus a lot on primary customer data, right? Because I have a physical outlet for me to understand who am I catering to, what do they like, I mean, I would also say how often do they come to the outlet, where all are they spending their time, where are they coming from. All those metrics in my head are very clear, right? Because I end up informally talking to a customer, I just get that info out within that 1 to 2 minutes as well, and there's a connection. When it's a cloud kitchen, I'm just giving food away. Of course, I'm getting paid for it, but I don't know who I'm catering to. I've seen a lot of brands try out multiple things where these guys started off with send us a hi on WhatsApp and get a 20% off and all. And I know it's for customer data only at the end of the day, right? But if you're catering to a cuisine, like I would say like a biryani or something, deliveries are heavy. Literally, like my Zomato POC Zaid told me, because we were discussing something very recently, he just told me ki, "Arey biryani to you start something, put it out, it will sell." Because that's how much demand is there. Of course, your brand and your taste 100%
That matters.
matter. But if you pick up a cuisine if you're trying to ride the wave of something that's already been trending and selling, then it's pretty easy. Also, the capex to start a cloud kitchen is very low. You can start one, I would say, between a 3 to 5 lakhs.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
it's-
think,
it's
like,
a-
for your expansion strategy, you could have, say, the first 3, 4 to 5 stores, the way you're operating, get a lot of consumer insights, understand the consumer, and then go cloud kitchen and just expand rapidly?
For us, I don't think so. It won't work because most of our food goes very soggy.
Okay.
So
For your cuisine.
yeah.
But
For
can
my
somebody
cuisine.
else who wants to do this, could this be a possible
Yeah,
strategy
I mean,
to explore?
I know the whole salad industry is very, very, very big on deliveries as well. In fact, again, I was talking to Pragun from Project Hum. He was talking about, I mean, these guys are only on Swiggy delivery, right? I asked him Zomato, and like, bro, we're very happy with this because they're giving so much volume from one platform itself for deliveries. So for a cuisine like that, it 100% works for a few items, not all of them. But for us, I would to say no. Because again, I am giving food out in the dark.
Fair.
I don't know who I'm feeding as well. And part of my strategy also, since we've not spent any money on marketing, right? Can you guys, I'm gonna reverse through a question here. Can you guys guess how we retarget a customer? Also, we don't have any customer data, by the way. I don't take mobile numbers. How do you think if I'm launching a new menu, how do I make sure my place is packed?
So you don't
And-
have their numbers.
We don't have the numbers. We don't
You
have the
have no
names.
data.
Nothing I have. Guess.
are you selling?
Reels.
This is part of growth again. Like this is what we
Reels.
do.
Are you selling like?
Because they'll follow
No,
you if they really like you. and
No,
they come
but
visit
no,
you,
that's
right?
again very less. I have, I think right now we're sitting at 11.6k followers. We
That's-
have more
that's
than, I would say, we're feeding more than 200 people from one outlet a day. So that's
Oh,
not
that's
adding
quite
up.
a lot.
Yeah, but I'm saying that math won't add up if I talk about the followers. So how do you think I do that?
So you have no data at all.
We don't take any data. You can go to, you've been to Tiger.
Yeah.
No one's come to you saying hello ma'am or hello sir. आपका नाम क्या है? आपका number क्या है? Nothing. They don't even know your name technically, right?
So it has to be something in offline marketing.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
you
so.
have
Not
no
offline
online options,
marketing.
right?
We spend zero as a brand on marketing.
I have no
It's part
idea.
of a growth strategy again.
I genuinely do not know.
So we incentivize the staff to make sure you review a place, right? So when you go on a Google or a Zomato, you review the place, whether it's good or bad. I mean, more or less, when staff is making you or asking you to do it, it's good. When you leave or if you're not talking or you're not happy, then you give a 1 star, which I know कि मुझे पता है कि my staff ने बात ही नहीं किया है. So part of the SOPs for them, for the front staff, is in fact to go and talk to all the customers, right? That's why when I'm there, Rahul's also there as well. And in fact, we have a competition also because Rahul, whenever, let's say Oshiwara pe, staff is very smart because they've been told कि 5 star आया तो group पे डालो. The group has everyone. So I remember I put a review out recently and Rahul like मैं बात कर रहा था customer से because the customer wrote a paragraph as well. I'm like, bro, let me appreciate the staff at least, right? So when you do that, on Zomato and on Google, I have a dashboard, right? So on that dashboard, I know your name, right? So I'll be like, okay, let's just say Namrata's given me a, let's say she's given me a, I'll give you different scenarios, right? She's given me a 1 star. Not told me anything. 1 star me I'll reply saying ki hey Namrata with the name. Okay, everyone with the name particularly, not like a copy paste as well.
To
There would be
personalize it.
personalized, very hyper personalized, but like a human being. That's
Fair.
me as well, right? So it would be like, hey Namrata, sorry you've had a bad experience. Can you tell us what you ordered and we would fix it, whatever. And we don't do stuff like send us an email or no. वो सब we don't add that. We don't add traction to that.
No
We don't
friction.
add,
Straight message.
Yeah. We don't add friction. Sorry, I said traction.
वही.
But yeah, so we don't do that. So we'll ask her what went wrong. If she replies great, she doesn't, then we know we tried. Number one, right? Second is if it's a medium kind of thing, let's say given a 3 star out of 5. So we will be like, oh no, you didn't hate us, but you didn't love us. Like what went wrong as well. So we try figuring that out, and 5 star hai to great. Okay. Now call to action on that. On top is that we've replied to an Amrita. Right. Now 3 months later, I'm launching a new menu. Now I have that customer because I have more than 2,000 reviews, I would say collectively from Zomato, and again 2,000 from Google. So 4,000 customers.
And what's the ratio? How many people end up reviewing out of the whole lot?
I would say it's more or less equal. But I know in this case, people for a restaurant go more on a Zomato to read. They don't really read reviews of Google. They do, but not a lot. As a consumer, I don't check out a restaurant on Google because I know there's Zomato for it, which is a food aggregator specialist. And Swiggy mein ratings nahi hota hai.
And
Actually, Swiggy doesn't have ratings.
There's no rating. There's delivery ratings. There's no. I can't go.
So you can rate the delivery driver. You can't rate the restaurant.
No, you can rate the restaurant, but that's the stars. It's not
Zomato
publicly
has
seen.
started as that, right? It started as a platform where you could
Yeah,
rate
correct. Yeah,
restaurants.
Zomato started
Foodie
off
thing.
as a
Yeah.
thing where you could just see menus first. So
Yeah.
that's how this thing. So back to the case scenario.
Sorry, one more question.
Yeah, go
So
for it.
now because I do e-commerce, I want to know out of the total number of customers you
Yeah.
have, how many actually end up leaving a review for you in percentage, roughly?
Very less.
Like
Out
2-3%?
of, let's just say if I talk of a daily thing, I would say like a 1%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is
I love
would say,
reverse calculating people's sales because of the,
Yeah,
the
because of the
ratings that
review.
they have.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
fun.
See,
Yeah.
I mean, as a consumer, I would say Indians here in this case that we love giving gali. So I'll go give a 1 star more than I'll love giving a 5
5
star.
star.
100%,
Bad
yes.
reviews will only be given. Good reviews
100%,
won't be given.
100%. Like it's like I'll go on a Zomato to go fight for that food refund than me appreciating or giving out that 5 star
Fair.
as well, right? So in this case, I have a Namrata's XYZ data, right? So I've replied normally ki what went wrong, and let's say she put a 5 star, then in that case I'll just be like, okay, hey Namrata, thank you for visiting Tiger Yaki. Would love to see you come in again and I would say give out those reviews as well, and also the next food item, whatever I want to do is going to be my next step, right? So when I say next step, 3 months later I'll again go back ki hey Namrata, you loved our food last time, we're launching a new menu. Here is a pre-early offer for you. You can show this message and get a 15% discount, which is not a discount I'm giving anywhere. Like no plan. It's not like she'll be like, अरे ये तो वहाँ पे भी मिल
सब
रहा
जगह
है.
मिल रहा है.
हाँ.
ये कहीं
Exclusive
नहीं
है.
मिल रहा है. कहीं नहीं
cool,
मिल रहा है.
Karan.
Because we keep it like that, right? We
Fair.
keep it capped. We keep it to like a 10%
Fair.
as well. Yeah, so in this case, I'll message her again that, hey, we're launching a mango menu. Here is, we would love for you to come in and try out the menu. Here is a 15% discount. And we also usually give out a free item sometimes. We don't tell that, but we just give that out. So they feel even more happier as well. So in this case, in a Zomato, she gets an email in her inbox from Zomato. See, she's more likely to ignore anything else that I send her. Cold email nahi hai, Zomato ka email hai. She'll probably open saying Tiger Yaki's added a comment to your review. She'll open it, she'll see something at least. Even if she's not reacting, she's seeing it, right? When I do the same thing on a Google, same process. When I go saying hey, we're launching Google में, or if you have let's say an Android, तो Android में तो pop up करके आता है ऊपर से कि Tiger Yaki's replied to your comment. Whether it's 6 months later, also it still pops up. If I do the same reply, she'll get a message on Google again, like a Gmail, that Tiger Yaki's replied to your comment. So in this way is how we target. Again, money
Wow.
spent is zero.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Right, it's very personalized, and we've seen a lot
Huge
of
insight
people.
for all the
Yeah, this is a growth
entrepreneurs who
hack.
want to start a restaurant.
This is a growth hack that I use. There are multiple growth hacks that we use. We do the same thing on Instagram. In fact, people who storied us, I know they've all loved the place. So we again send individually. We know InstaPay, it's limited though, right? I can probably send 5 DMs a day because you can't spam people as well. So we do that, or we put out a story also saying that, hey, we're doing a food trial. Rahul's got a good reach. I've got a decent reach. So we combine all of that. We have 200 people who reply to anything, and Tiger Yaki customers also reply. So then we DM them, and Insta doesn't block us for that as well. So we do these multiple things.
They do. I used to do ORM in my like first. If I use Meta Business Suite, I had unlimited replies. You should check that out.
No, but when I'm replying from a business account to a customer who's mentioned me once, there's no conversation. It limits because it calls it as spamming. Of course, yeah, it's spamming. If I'm sending 10 people the same message that, hey, we're launching, to
correct.
Yeah, so I can't use anything.
Yeah, so I used to like tweak 4-5 words in the middle.
No, that,
yeah, I used to keep doing that. Now you have ChatGPT, but yes, that's a very interesting thing that you use Google.
Okay, so now tell me, how do you pick a spot for a restaurant? The size, the location, footfall. Is there data available of like footfall?
Nothing.
It's just like a lot of darkness.
For something like what we did, we see real estate. You can't build something in a place that you like, right? It's impossible. Specifically in Bombay, it's impossible. Probably in a smaller city, ki theek hai, अच्छा लगा तो land खरीद ली and you make your own thing there and you start something, right? That's not possible in a Bombay. You can either ride the wave, I would say, by having let's just say, bougies in the same lane. We didn't obviously use bougie because, again, very different cuisine, but we know people are going there. They're going from like a Carter Road, from this exit there. I mean, I would say all of those as well. We honestly got lucky, is what I'd call it. We found a spot. Rahul liked it, and then he came up. He went on Pinterest, went like all berserk. Went to his back then girlfriend. He's married now to Irina. He sent her all the references, and you know how aesthetic girls are. Because I'm like zero with art, literally. I'm like, "Arey, haan, acha laga, dal do," as well, right? So I came down to a proper concept. Came down to how the place looks like. Got like an interior designer, an architect, all of that to help out with the whole visuals of the place. And then once that was through, is when the place got built, right? In terms of footfall, see, if it's a Bandra, there is enough footfall.
Yeah.
But there are restaurants that even I have in fact seen open and shut in a few months.
Yeah.
So if the brand offering or the brand is not doing what they're supposed to do, then you will shut. If your service is bad, you will shut. If your service is great, your food is bad, you will shut. There are multiple factors, honestly. There's one cafe in Santa Cruz, I won't name it. I remember going there with one of my friends for like lunch. My food came 1 hour late. And there were 2 tables occupied, and we kept asking him every 15 minutes because it was his birthday party. We were very hungry, and I was like, dude, मैं वापस नहीं आने वाला, and that cafe shut because it's close to my gym. So when I crossed it later, I'm like, oh, it's shut, and I'm like, oh, no shit, I knew it as well at the end of it, right? But to answer your question again, it goes on to, are you building a pull brand or are you building a push brand? Right.
But initially तो push ही होगा ना. पहला store decide
करते हो
कैसे
हम लोग
choose
initial
करो.
से pull ही थे. I would say we got lucky because we have a good friend circle in Bombay to get those people in who were creating content, supporting us also initially. And that Mumbai foodie wala reel we never knew will go viral. We just thought kya hoga, dala, they put the reel as well, and it just blew up as well. And then there was one more which was made by Go Out Zomato. They started the IP long back. Yeah. So when that happened, the whole Zomato reel, again, they were starting off. So we are till date their highest reel views on their entire page.
Damn.
Right, and they barely, I think, had some 2-3K followers as well, and it was a new IP because my friend works at Zomato Delhi, so I got a lot of Delhi insight. Ki ye hone wala hai, wo hone wala hai, and I also keep up with the trend. I always know what's happening on the platforms. I read their yearly and quarterly book also because now Zomato's...
Is that something you would recommend all restaurant owners to do?
100%, yeah. I end up seeing what Zomato is spending money on, what are they growing on, what is their degrowth, all of that, because no one does this. It's not relevant to me, but I understand this. Same thing goes with events. I know what artist is coming, I know what festival is coming, because I'm so deeply into it for me to understand and then plug in like a Tiger Yaki at the end of the day, right? But for the question that you actually asked me is... if you have a good offering, you have a good product, people will travel wherever, right? It's as small as when I go to, let's say, a dhaba on Lonavala. Right? There's this one place called Kinara, the dhaba. It's always packed.
Yeah.
And when I go there, I just look at them. I look at the people to realize कि ये Bombay से है कि Pune से आए हैं
Yeah.
as well, right? And it's literally on the old highway, so it's not even convenient. There are multiple places, so people will travel. They'll spend money for a product that they like, as long as everything that you're trying to do is correct, right? I won't say do 10 on 10 everything. You can't. You do and you be an 8 on 10 everywhere. It's fine. At least you have something, and then you grow up and you grow on from there as well.
And as a benchmarking exercise, say if I'm expecting a top line of certain amount, say 100, what should be my rent cost out of that 100? At an average to survive at least, because I don't want to shut down.
And then tell us your unit economics also after you give us this answer.
Sure. So, I mean, in your example, right, it goes down to, I would say, the concept and the offerings again, right? If you're opening a fine dining, you can't go below, I would say, a 1,500, 2,000 square feet, because you need that kind of
size.
seating, you need that kind of kitchen size as well. You need a lot of things in place, right? You need, I would say, staff ke liye you also need to make a space. Kitchen to hai, of course. Then you need to also account for costs, like let's say a valet in that case, right? For us, that's not the case. We're in a lane, we're in a small lane. Oshiwara also, there's parking outside. So that's not a problem for us. But I think unit economics, if I get it down to, I would say if I break down 100 rupee, your food costs roughly are between a 30 to 35%. We've touched months where we've touched a 50%, where we also didn't know that the staff is overordered inventory, right? So they thought कि यार इतना लगेगा, and they've ordered extra. For example, if I'm expecting an XYZ sale in January, they've called for like a 2 XYZ sale ka stuff. So that inventory anyways is not used, but I have to pay the vendor, right, at the end of the day as well. So food costs also kind of go up. With all of that, then your salaries come on board. So I think out of 100, of course, I would say 35 rupees being your food cost. Your staffing roughly being between a 10 again. Right.
That's as
Your
expected.
miscellaneous cost being around 5 to 6%. 5 to 6 rupees.
This
in
includes your
case.
packaging also?
Yeah.
So 10%, because you said
10%,
7%
yeah,
was
7%
around packaging.
is packaging, yeah. So
And
10% total, and rent in this case, I would say, again, if I count the staffing rent and the outlet rent, I would say another 15.
Oh, damn.
So I will left with roughly, I would say
30%.
30%. I would say 25-30%, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we sway between a 20 to 30% depending on the season, the expenses, and all of that. Also, repairs are expensive cost, so that's in the miscellaneous cost. Ki fryer kharab ho gaya, induction kharab ho gaya, and all of that as well. Plus, staff takes advance salaries a lot.
अच्छा they take advance salaries.
Yeah,
But फिर
so-
भाग गया तो?
उनको नहीं देते हैं. भागे भी हैं पहले. We've learned, of course, because we're also learning at the end of the day, right? But that's again not a cost, but then that goes from a rotating cash as well.
But this is for you because you don't spend on marketing. This won't be like an industry.
Oh,
yeah. If I spend on marketing, it'll be heavy because
You'll start burning basically. Nearly.
Yeah, so
that's why so many cafes shut, I guess.
one thing that that we do internally at Tiger is I bank a lot on bigger brands, right? I love doing that. I love working with bigger brands. We don't work from a supply thing. Let's just say Mogu Mogu. If you go right now and check Mogu Mogu's Instagram page, they're following total 15 pages. Tiger Yaki is one of them. Other 14 are Mogu Mogu's global pages. One is Mogu Mogu India, one is Mogu Mogu US and Mexico and all these
Very
countries.
cool.
How did you make that happen?
It was through a DM, literally. Mogu Mogu started following us long back, and then I just DM'd the team saying, hey, I've grown up having it. I was like, hey, I love the brand, I want to sell it. So their main Thailand team got in touch with their Indian CEO team. That CEO reached out to me as well. So it was a very cool success story for us, right? The same thing happened with McCain's as well. McCain, we just don't take fries from them. We work with them on a marketing vertical as well, where all the events that we have at the moment, McCain pays for them for my rentals as well. They give us fryers because I can't take the existing fryers because we don't shut the outlets. A lot of restaurants that I know, they shut the outlets during let's say a Lollapalooza or like a big event. Because staffing is an issue. You can't just hire random people. I work a lot with interns. So I'll pay extra 5-6 interns to do some work. Then shutting my outlet because both the outlets are going packed. This is like additional revenue for me as well.
How much do these interns cost?
Roughly, I would say 1,000 rupees per day plus their travel as well. And these are more or less interns that I've worked with or who've reached out to me saying, hey, we want to work with you and stuff. So I put them in the event vertical. and I put them in the front because fryers is
Do
a
you
tough
interview
job.
them or like?
No,
Aa
it's
jao,
just
aa jao,
via,
idhar
and
to.
then it's just chill because I found like 1-2 of those hero interns who just get me more and more friends, and they all work as friends because they're all friends there. They love working and they come, they enjoy the event. In fact, even at Lola, we had an internal calendar between interns. Right?
Oh, nice.
Because you were a team of 12 people, so I told everyone that see my chefs and my staff doesn't want to listen to Lola artists. They'll go chill when the Diljit is on is when they enjoy. कि अरे sir हम तो हिंदी सुनते हैं and all that. They don't know what Green Day is, which is fine, which is fair, right? So for the interns, there's a calendar that we made. कि okay, if you like an artist, please go. But at any given point, 2 can only go. So you all decide internally किसको जाना है because तुम 4 लोग एक साथ नहीं जा सकते because orders are coming, kitchen is also running, right? So during non-peak hours, we send 2 people out and we already pre-decide, and I know the crowd because we've already done one edition before that. So I know कि अच्छा this artist will go this stage, तो लोग अभी खाना खाने आएंगे, and food peak hours we know what events as well, right? In case of a Mahalakshmi, there's a lot of walking, so we know people are eating throughout as well. So that math is there in the head technically. And at the end of it, these interns go for whatever artists they want to go listen to, and they come back. And we there's no phone ka range, so we internally use walkie-talkies as well.
Oh wow.
Where if I ping them from the so my main cashier there has one, I have a walkie, and then the people who are even going to a washroom, because washroom is also pretty far, right? So you have to take a walkie. If you're leaving the store, you have to take the walkie. If you're even standing outside talking to your friends, because friends come say hi hello, you still need a walkie. If I ping you on the walkie saying SOS come back, lot of crowd, they come back in max 5 minutes, which is fair. So it's like a crowd I would say analysis where we know कि लोग आने वाले हैं, लोग आ गए तो वापस आ जाओ. If it's chill, then you go roam around. We've in fact, I think this Lola we've called like one intern back once because a lot of crowd came and orders went pending. So we just said we need more people, please come back. He came back in 5 minutes as well. So it's all controlling and understanding, and they also love it because I have told them that you guys are getting paid for work, of course, but also enjoy, so you end up liking
Having
this.
fun.
Yeah, because I remember all other events, I used to just go work. And I like, you need to balance it out a little with, you going out, listening to someone you really want to listen to, and these artists won't come back to India.
It's a great combination for the interns.
Yeah.
They get to go to concerts plus work.
Yeah, in fact, there were,
Getting paid to basically go to a concert, right?
last few events, we keep maximum like number of people capped. We can't have, and then there are more interns because there's a WhatsApp group with like 40 kids who've also worked, right? So people who want to work extra, tell them ki, hey, I can't pay you, but you can come and you can chill. They're like, no, we want to work, we'll work for free. So I said, okay, come work for free.
Nice.
But we don't do that. We still obviously pay them.
Yeah.
They
As well,
boss
and
को follow करते हैं.
yeah. So they love going for the artist and stuff as well. And I tell them that I don't have any regrets later. Ki, "Arey, I've been working so much because I'm old now technically."
Oh my God.
And I was, because I just realized that last year One Republic was the headliner at Lola, and I really loved the artist, right? And I was working, which is fine, which is fair, but utna crowd nahi tha, but I was still there loyal ki nahi, I can't go. Also because you were new in the market, right, as well. So this year Green Day happened, I told my staff ki, guys, I'm here throughout the day, but I went 30 minutes before they were on stage. I went to the walkie again. So I kept getting updates. I kept getting updates कि कितना order number हुआ है, क्या हुआ है, any issue, is everything fine, kitchen में कुछ चाहिए तो नहीं, because if they ping me, I'll go back in maximum 5 minutes as well. And I know exit strategy also. I know कि was the closest way to like get out and all of that as well. And if you have a walkie, people think you're crew.
Yeah, correct.
So then you can go bhag ke also, and they get scared because they're like, "Arey, oh what?" Because people also end up smoking.
Signaling you have.
Yeah. And
great.
I put a walkie beside my face so they can literally see it because I'm also tall, so that helps. Yeah.
How tough is it to get retail space in a concert like this?
Very
and
tough.
what's the process?
Very tough. There are, I would say, 4-5 organizers in the market. I would say District is now gotten into it. So we did Dua Lipa with District. Then there's one more called GTC, which is the Gourmet Tales, which is owned by a friend Preet. She made the entire concept of food park of Lola. Yeah. So it's technically her baby. Then there is also Book My Show, of course. Then there's also another organizer called Larissa who does Mahindra Blues and a couple of them. So there are 4-5. You have to be relevant for them to call you. Even if you're...
Is there an application process? They reach out? How does it work?
It's both, in fact. If you know them very well, if you know them informally, then they just tell you baaton mein कि ये आने वाला है, वो होने वाला है, all that as well, right? And if you don't know them, then you need to know someone who knows them very well, so they
Fair.
can put in a suggestion, right? And even, in fact, even Little Flea also happens, which is their internal curation, right? For a Little Flea, they pick the brand. They have a curation in process, and let's just say if you're 100 coffee brands in India, in Bombay particularly, and they can only take 10, so they put you on a wait list. They'll put you in, let's just say, not this edition, not next, probably uske baad ka baad as well. So there are chances that they give you, but if you don't know how to run a festival again, because it's completely different from running an
a
outlet,
restaurant.
they won't call you again, because most of them are revenue share.
Okay, so it's a revenue share model.
Yeah.
And they take anything upfront, minimum kind of daily thing,
they
plus
take a
revenue share or
security
only revenue
deposit
share?
of roughly 50K, which comes back. It's also because if you're caught taking cash or whatever, then they keep that money and then you're also barred.
So they
You
only
can't take
take
UPI or cash, yeah.
Usually that little card that they give you for every festival or something. Like they
Yeah,
track
so
the
that is a customer
Yeah.
card, but they also give us those card machines which will only work with
accept
that
that card.
Yeah, those are all offline cards that work on their internal system as well.
Okay, so there's no rent, it's straight rev share. Or there is a little bit of minimum rent plus.
There are few festivals where they charge you for a stall, like Little Flea charges you 15K flat plus a revenue share plus production. So if I take extra plug points and overnight electricity and all, it's again a revenue for them
Okay.
as well, right? For a book my show and all, it's usually flat rev share, which is like a 60-40 also, because they're giving you that amount of crowd.
Fair.
As well, and also I think Sunburn, Percept and all, they do like a they do like a buyout kind of deal where I pay $1 lakh and whatever I make is mine.
Okay.
As well. So yeah, the different aggregators do different pricing. Also goes on your brand, because they are okay listening to me.
So you can negotiate these things also.
Yeah, only if your brand is known.
Depending on your
like
size.
If you're a big brand, 100%. If you are a new brand, they will.
के बॉस
घिसा
जो मैं
you.
दे रहा हूँ वही लो.
Then they say ki take it or leave it. It's very simple. For us, I can go tell them fight for that 5% or tell them that production I'm not paying because I'm a big brand. So all these things work, but it goes down to how hard you work and get your brand to be known by these people, because there are a lot of festival directors also that directly name the brand in meetings ki ye brand chahiye. So then whoever's negotiating with me knows that they have to make it happen for sure. Unless I'm not available or unless I don't want to do it, that's a separate thing. But we mostly do it as well. And it goes down to relevance of event. If you're being ziddi about an event where you're not, like right now, Arijit Singh is happening next to next. It's not relevant for a Tiger Yaki. So we're not doing it as well. So yeah.
Okay. So what's next for Tiger Yaki?
Third outlet soon.
Okay.
Yes. And in terms of food, I think we're launching sushi also soon. Yeah, we keep launching stuff because we need people to keep coming back. Yeah, see how excited you are is how people would be when I say sushi. So we got to keep adding something every 6 months for people to come in as well. And we did a smart thing initially of not launching just food directly at the outlets. It was music festivals, because I need you to come to the festival and eat. Because if you've eaten a Tiger 10 times, you will not eat 11th time. I mean, you might, but we started launching food items just from the festivals.
Okay.
Right. In fact, Preet, who helped us with Lola last year, the GTC founder, she helped us. She told Rahul clearly in a meeting that I need corn dogs. And Rahul knew how to make them, but we, in his head, we didn't know we'll launch it. So we said, okay, for Lola, we'll do this thing. So we did like a proper launch just at festivals. That became the bestseller, in fact. And once that started selling out, then we kept that only in festival for like 6 months. So people at the outlets also were like, "Arey, hame corn dog khana hai." We're like, "Arey, find us at this festival."
Very
so people
cool.
who were coming were only eating the corn dog, and it's easy. It's made by our chef, and you put in the fryer, and then it's ready, and then it's not like a lot of assembling as well, right? Because it's almost a finished product for me to fry and keep it ready as well. So it became easy. Then there's one more product called Tiger Fries, which is by McCain as well.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, it's a McCain fries, and they were launching it in the market. They call it Kung Fu fries. We call them Tiger Fries. Rahul named it again. Launched it at festivals again. The vegetarians loved it. Completely loved it. They loved it that they were like, "Arey, when are you launching this again?" So we do this a lot. A lot of other things we keep doing.
Accidental PMF मिल जाता है.
Yeah. And then feedback मिलता है, समझ में आता है सब कुछ. In festivals में I'm right there. At the outlet I'm there, but I'm not there throughout, right? Festivals, 8 hours I'm catering to 5,000 people, for example.
I think it also feels accidental because you're always there. Like I feel like there's a lot of intention that goes into it.
Serendipity.
Yeah, exactly.
By
That's
Ritesh
how-
Agarwal.
So yes, that's next. I think that was a long answer. Yeah.
No, that's
yeah.
good. That's very
No,
cool.
great.
Karan, that was super cool, very interesting. I really feel more confident. I wanted to always have a restaurant, so Now I have someone to trouble to start one soon. But thank you so much. This was very insightful.
A lot of knowledge given to all our audiences.
Yeah, and
To all our audience.
I'm waiting for the sushi.
I've screwed up.
100%.
No, you're not. Oh my god. Thank
Calling
you, Karan.
calling you for the tasting for
Yes.
feedback on the sushi.
Bro, call me also, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Karan.
Thank you so much, Karan.